Hey, if you want your website to be profitable, ask if your website can do these things. Can your website write its own topics? Like an engaging expert in no matter what the topics are all about, your website can write better than a human. And your website can write informational pages to rank you on many keywords. It creates many more doorways in your site, makes Google happy that you have informational pages, so all your pages, including your pitch pages, rank higher automatically. Can your website do this? Can it track all the humans while disregarding all the bots? In other words, it knows if 100 hits come to your site and only 5 watch the video in a day, that was really just 20 humans and 80 bots. So 20 humans came, 5 saw the video. Your video is actually performing very well. Don't change the video. Figure out how to get more humans to the page now that you realize it was only 20 humans, not 100. Can your website do this? Can your website tell you how far down your visitors are scrolling on average per page, or even independently? You can look at the stats for every visitor, but you can also look at the collective average and see how far visitors go down your page before they apparently lose interest. You can also see which are your most watched videos, most visited web pages at a glance. So you can make sure it's the right information without having to pour through lots of data to find the answers. You already get the summary answers. Okay. Can your website do this? Can it let you set goals for every web page easily so that each web page on your site knows its own purpose? In other words, the conversion of a page is something, getting you to watch a video or fill out a form or click to another web page. So either the conversion is made or lost somewhere between the top of the page and the bottom. So if you tell the web page what it's supposed to do, then it can work to improve those goals on our websites, which leads me to this. Can your website do this? Can all of your web pages use logic to increase user engagement, to drive your rank and your ROI without you? Our websites notice that if the video's down here, but people only scroll here and leave the page, the video needs to get moved up. Then our website notices if most people skip the video, apparently that video's not interesting to them, so it'll swap the video out for another one you have in your list if you're not meeting your goals. Okay? The web pages pay close attention. That's a big deal. And every web page does that independently. You set goals. How many people should watch a video if it's on the page? How many should fill out a form if it's on the page? How many should fill out the contact form if it's on a page? If your web pages know what they're supposed to do, they can rearrange themselves and improve themselves to drive that ROI. Okay. Can your websites do this? Can your websites lower your CPC costs by increasing your quality score on your destination URLs? In other words, if you're paying for clicks, whether it's from Facebook, YouTube, Google Ads, and or anywhere else, if people are coming to your webpage and they just, you're getting views, you're getting clicks, and you're not getting a lot of conversions, then your costs are not going to improve per click. If anything, you're still in the bid war with everyone else. But what if your web pages can see how people act when they land on the page and rearrange themselves to improve themselves to cause people to want to stay on the page longer, do more things on the page? Google sees that. Google always tracks that. The scroll downs, the mouse movements, what people click on, Google watches. So as those stats improve vis-a-vis your competitors, by improving it on your pages, you'll improve vis-a-vis your competitors anyway. Then what's going to happen is you're going to start to rank higher for the ads while paying less per click, because Google sees you as less risky, since obviously more and more people are interested in your web page. Google wants to show it for the auction. Okay. Can your website do this? Can your website let you see anonymous video recordings of how your visitors journey through your website? Okay, so that you can ensure that they're having a good experience, each of them. So you can just watch the recordings quietly. They have no idea that you have that, but you have a playback mechanism where you can actually see what they did on each of the pages. You can watch in fast motion, and you can just quickly understand if they had any trouble, if they were confused about anything, if you should put something else on the page or a different link or a clarification. By seeing those recordings, you have this magic of the ghost of Christmas present where you get to stand in the room and look over their shoulder while they actually interact on your website. The value you get out of that is extraordinary because you realize everything you were doing wrong. And you can start to improve it right away, which of course improves how people interact with the pages, improves the way Google heat maps flow, and improves your ROI and improves your rank. And improves your rank and thus your ROI. I should put it that way. So having said that, if your website doesn't do these things, heck, any of them, then you're missing out big time on the kind of profits you can make from your website if we can correct that. Most websites have nothing like that. If you have a website, it's probably like this, right? The content is written by humans, which is now a bad thing since GPT writes better than humans, tirelessly with no need for a break. You can work it constantly and it's going to write better than humans all the time, constantly. So if your content is still written by you or somebody you hired, a copywriter, to handwrite it, you can't compete anymore. Okay, so you need to get into a website where the content's written by GPT. All of our websites do that. Okay, most website owners see visitor stats to their website, like at stackhunter.com, but they have no method to tell the difference between humans and bots. If you cannot tell the difference, you're going to make mistakes. If you think 100 people landed on the page, but only 5 watched the video, you think your video is doing a bad job, and you're going to change your video, and it's not going to improve. If anything, it's going to get worse. And you're going to feel horrible because you don't know why. But the reality check was only 20 of those people, 20 of those hits were people. The other 80 were bots, and you just didn't know. There's a ton of bot activity on the internet. There's more than human activity. So you can disregard the bots if you know that they're bots. Don't include them in your analysis, though. Our websites analyze all the humans. It identifies who the humans are, and it analyzes all of the statistics based on the humans, not the bots, so you get the right answers, not the wrong ones. You're not going to act on the wrong steps. Most website owners cannot tell you how long each visitor stayed on their page once they landed there. If you see a hit to the page and that's all you see, was the guy there 2 seconds, 2 minutes, 20 minutes? You really don't know. And if you don't know, then you have no idea what their experience was like. What if everyone who landed there was there 2 seconds and thought, this is garbage, and left? And you never knew, right? Why would they think that? I don't know. But if you can't see what they're doing, and if your website isn't tracking what they're doing, you don't know what's going on. Maybe they're all bots. Maybe you're advertising in the wrong place, right? So if your websites can't tell you what's going on with the visitors, you need a new website. Our websites definitely track human activity. By the way, we can take anyone's website and convert it to our platform. So you can still have your exact same website, but supercharged to do all the things that I've been talking about up here. Okay? It's really a big deal. So you can contact me and we can price it out for you. That's a custom price based on how complex your website is, but we can do that. So if you need to maintain your website, your branding, your styling, and you think you're just screwed, no, you're not. We can take your website, make it look identical in our environment, and you'll have all the new tools. Okay. Most websites cannot logically evaluate how people act on the pages, and they cannot make changes to self-improve. Our websites do. Our websites literally rearrange sections. If people go halfway down and they leave on section 6 all the time, maybe it's because section 6 says our clients are, and then it's got the biggest names in the industry. And what happens is the average visitor gets there and goes, ooh, if you work with them, you'll never want to work with me. And off you go. Well, what if you know most of your visitors are leaving on section 6? It's one thing to know it yourself. That's important. And yes, we track that up here. We actually tell you in this kind of statistical analysis, those answers right away. So you can just know that they're leaving on section 6. But even more importantly, our websites, on whatever page where that is not working for you, the website will swap section 6 and 7 and see if they go through 7 on the way to 6 and then leave. And if that's true, then still it's in you're thinking you need to move it down until it's in the right place. But if you can't, but our website will keep moving it down. And if it still isn't working, our website will flip it off because it's in the way, right? Because it's doing no good. If anything, it's forcing people to leave. It's turning them off. So that's amazing. But our websites do that page by page, independent of each other. They move the videos. They move the payment buttons. They move the form that people can fill out. They move the contact forms. They move all these things on their own to increase the right interaction, to hit a goal, percentage of visitors who interact with that thing. Okay, if your websites cannot do that on their own on a page-by-page basis, then what are you doing? Are you paying for reporting, like $75 a week? $300 a month for other people to go through your 25 pages, say, and give you a report on the statistics they see. And then you take those statistics and they're giving you recommendations of what to try. Try swapping these sections and doing these things. Changing the words, changing the videos. And you're like, man, I don't know how to do that. So what do you have to do? You got to pay $75 a week to your programmer to do it for you. There's another $300 a month for that one website. You're paying like $600 a month for all of this almost split testing. And you don't know how long it's going to take before that pays itself off, right? Well, our websites do all that stuff for you, so you don't have to do any of that. You save that $600 a month per site on your own. Yeah, just immediately. Our websites never sleep. They don't need a break. They do the analysis all the time. They make the changes like clockwork, and you can give them alternative things to try out. That's crazy, and it's very cool. Most landing pages have no way to increase their own quality scores to lower your CPC. Ours do. The faster you get visitors on there, the faster it can analyze every 25 visitors, every 40 visitors, every 50 visitors, whatever you set for that sample populace, population sample size, so that you could say this is an appropriate sample size, and you could say what you want. Like 25 is probably good. By the time you get 25 hits, the website will do the math and then say, I think I should make this change and that and that and that. It's doing it logically. It's following simple, logical, obvious rules based on what the goals are. Getting a certain percentage of people to see the video, getting a certain percent to sign up, getting a certain percent to hit the payment options and check them out. Okay? So by doing that, you cause people to stay around longer. They don't leave when they see our clients are too big, because the web page keeps moving it down. If it's offending the viewer, if it's in the way, if they leave when they hit the section, it moves it down. Some of the reason for moving it down, in case you don't know, say you want to sell something and they land on the page and it goes only $15,000, and you said that right up at the top. Oh, most people are going to leave, right? $15,000, and they just don't know what it's going to be all about. And I'm throwing that number up because for some of you it's 15K, others it's 10K, others it's 8, others it's 1,500, others it's 150. Just depends on what you're selling, right? But if you're selling a smoothie milkshake for $150 a month, you still might not want the price near the top, right? So the point is, the website will notice that if everyone's leaving when they see the price should go down. Let people read some, and then if they go leave, the price should go down further. And then if they read and leave, they should go down further. Until people got interested enough, psyched up enough, convinced enough, excited enough, that now the price is going to make sense to them. Now they're interested because they've learned all this, right? So our websites do that page by page automatically because every page knows its business. It knows its job, what it's supposed to accomplish, and it will keep working to do that. Most websites, if you want to get better results, you're going to have to split test. I've watched people spend so much money. Say, what if I do topics, some testimonials, topics, some testimonials, topics, some testimonials, and maybe it's too long, so I'm going to cut that whole page in half for a shorter version of the page, have the short page and a long page. But then also, I'm not sure if splitting the testimonials is good or if it keeps interrupting and driving people. I don't know if people are leaving when they see testimonial section number 2. With our sites, you would know that. So then you think, maybe I should take another version of the page where I put all the testimonials together near the top, and another version, all the testimonials near the bottom. Man, you are guessing, aren't you? Then you have to run ads to all of them. And you have to see which one's performing better and see if you can figure out why. And then recombine a resplit test. Recombine a resplit test is horrible. We eliminate all of that waste of time and money. Our websites logically follow what people are doing, when they're leaving, and why. And our websites rearrange themselves. They literally restructure themselves to increase people's interest and engagement on a page-by-page basis. Okay? Where do you find our websites? Here, website-installer.com. Go there and check it out. And then aside from that, if you got any questions, give me a call. My phone number's on the website, email's on the website, everything's there. Reach out and contact, and let's get in touch. And that way we can figure out what we can do to help you start earning a heck of a lot more off your website tomorrow. Okay, take care.